The Rockford Files won't be seen tonight, so we can bring you a very special episode of The Gen X Files. Welcome to The Gen X Files. I'm Jim.
I'm Adam.
And today's show is all about
misery.
Oh,
man. I forgot how much I love this movie.
It is such a great movie. It is such an amazing story. I remember, I told you this yesterday when we were watching the movie. This book is one of Stephen King's books that truly scared the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think the reason why is it's so plausible.
Yeah, it's very real. All the characters are very real.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's just a normal person.
She's just crazy.
There's nothing, you know.
But in her mind, she's not.
No, but
and
what I'm
she's doing
saying,
great. Yeah. But I mean, that's what makes her more real.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no Indian burial ground. There's no alien ship.
She does not think she's evil.
No, and she plays it so well. It is such a complex part.
Yeah.
It seems like it would be a very difficult book to adapt.
Yeah.
Because a lot does happen, but it is so suspenseful. And I remember finishing that book. I was renting an apartment in La Jolla with a friend of mine. It was summer between freshman and sophomore year in college. And I was alone in the apartment and finished the book. And I just had this irrational fear of Annie Wilkes was behind the chair or something. I don't know. Maybe I was baked.
She's everywhere.
But it really gave me the heebie-jeebs. And
yeah.
I love all of his books, but very few of them have scared me.
Yeah.
And that one I think is probably because, have you ever had a stalker?
No.
I've had a couple of...
I've stalked a few people.
Yes, that's how we met. But I've had a couple of, not like psycho stalkers, but I've had a couple of, because of zombie shows and stuff.
Yeah, I guess in that regard, short term,
Yeah.
never like a long term thing. But definitely some people where it was like, all right, you can calm down.
But I had this one woman who was obsessed, and a man that was obsessed. And it was because of this show, Othello, that we were doing at Zombie Joe's. It was a very sexy show. It was like in the best shape of my life. And we had these kind of groupies that would come.
Yeah.
And lonely people.
Right.
And then there was this one woman, then she kept coming to the parties and staying late and just, offering herself so
right.
egregiously. And there was nothing there, and I was just trying to be nice, and I was nice the entire time, but it got to the point where I had to do something about it.
You had to say something.
Yes, and I had to cut off all ties because it was not dangerous, but it was getting, for her, you know what I mean? I didn't want to, I want to nip it in the bud.
Sure.
And luckily, it took a little while, it took a couple of weeks or whatever, but it finally faded.
Right.
And then there was this dude that just was obsessed with taking nude pictures of me. And he would come to every single show. And he, luckily, we didn't get him to the parties. But he was just kind of a perv. But it's really...
And now you two are married.
And now we're married. He doesn't want to take my picture anymore because I'm gross. But it's a weird thing because on one side it's kind of flattering, but on the other side it's kind of scary because it's obsession, man. It's not desire, it's not love, it's obsession.
When I was in 7th grade, I went from going from 6 years of Catholic school to a public school, and there was a girl that she was very Annie Wilkes-ish, and not like Kathy Bates, I should say, not in the book, but like kind of just stocky and husky and nice girl, but I think I showed her some attention, and she would follow me home, and it didn't last very long, but it was definitely I just had never seen that level of aggression before, and I like you, and it weirded me out. It really weirded me out.
I had a little girl in grade school that was obsessed, and she kept giving me toys and presents, and my parents kept making me give them back, and I was like, why?
But they're mine. We're gonna get married.
And also I've been on the other side, not necessarily a stalker, but obsessed with somebody I was in love with or an ex-girlfriend or something.
I've definitely, when I worked at a Kmart, there was a girl that I was obsessed with, and she knew it, and she totally abused it.
Yeah.
Totally abused it.
Well, yeah,
how many times she would be working at a desk and bend over just so I could see her cleavage.
Oh my gosh.
I literally, and I was just like,
well,
all
that's
right.
just mean.
Yeah.
That's just leading you on.
It was.
I had a girl in high school that I was in love with, and we were kind of a will they, won't they, on and off.
Yeah.
We hooked up all the time, and we were best friends. And I'm like, well, why are we dating? And but it was that thing for some whatever reason.
Because you shouldn't be dating.
And it was a really weird, it was very much like moonlighting.
No,
you know,
yeah,
that kind of relationship. But I remember she went out on a date with somebody, and I literally waited for her to come home and like peeped
Oh,
to see if he was like anything was happening in the living room. And then as I'm doing it, I'm like, what the F are you doing?
Yeah.
I ran away, and I never did anything like that again because I felt so disgusted with myself for getting to that point of obsession. And that's what it is, man. She is obsessed with him.
Yeah. She's the number one fan.
Number one fan. And that is a scary thing because especially, you know, like writers or, our stuff is whatever because we're not famous, you know? I mean, it just happens. But when you get to that level of fame where people feel like they know you and they feel like they have some sort of real relationship with you, that's what gets scary.
Yeah. Well, and then they build up this expectation, and then they assume that you owe them something.
Yeah.
I mean, which is essentially what happens here. Like, he finally kills off the main character of the book series that he never really wanted to write in the first place, and she's like, but you can't. and it's so funny because I feel like, I don't think Stephen King realized it, but I think he was kind of writing the archetypical
toxic fandom.
Yeah. And like, this is what, like, not every, but a lot of Star Wars fans are that way now.
Well,
it's like, well, but I know the stuff, and you have to do it this way, otherwise it's crap.
It's cultural now. It's not just Star. It's everything. Video games, movies, music, TV shows, books, everything. This toxic fandom. Everybody feels as though, like you said, they're owed something.
Yeah.
And that somehow, whatever franchise or thing that they're obsessed with, if it doesn't go exactly the way that they think it should, then they lose their effing minds. It just goes to show you how much time we have on our hands.
Oh, yeah.
And how little people pay attention. Because if you're absolutely obsessed with the color of somebody's skin in the Odyssey, or if you're obsessed with a female protagonist in a video game, you're an idiot. There are so many other things going on in the world to be obsessed with that are actually affecting you.
Yeah.
This is nothing. This is you proving to the world that you're a shallow idiot.
Exactly.
Who has no depth and doesn't give a crap what happens in the world because you're so worried that, oh my God, I have to play as a girl in this game.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't play the game. Don't watch the show.
If for some reason a creator does something with characters that you like that you didn't think they should do, it's not that the writer or the creator is wrong. He might be doing it poorly.
Right.
But he decided that.
Yeah.
He decided this is what it is.
Now, there's a difference between that, to me, and something like The Witcher, where they actively kind of ruined it.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But again, they just did it badly.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they need to die or they ruined my life because The Witcher show wasn't great. But I'm saying that they actively disliked that product.
Sure.
And ruined it.
Well, listen to our last episode and see how it's literally the same thing.
Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick and Diane Johnson, or whatever her name was, did not like the novel.
Yes, that's where, we talked about that.
And they, and it's like, they still made a great product.
Yes. But I think the difference between that and like The Witcher is that there was a core love of something there. When Kubrick read The Shining, there was something that clicked within him that drove him to make that book.
I think it could have been anything.
Right.
I think
but what I'm saying,
at the end of the day, Kubrick was good.
Yes.
Like, it's the fact that people that wrote The Witcher are just not good at what they do.
No, and they didn't care about the fans, and it was almost like an FU. You know what I mean? That's a bad way to come at a project. Is F the fans? We're going to do what I want.
Yeah, and it's not. I mean, it's not like I hate them for it. I just it wasn't good, so I'm not going to watch it.
What I'm saying is, I think she was absolutely right doing what she did.
Yeah. She should have controlled him longer. She should have shot him, not finished the book. She should have just shot him and then killed herself.
She got the book she wanted. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
He's just a tool of her, enjoyment. So
it's really funny that it took him literally getting abused for 4 months or 8 months or however the hell long it was to actually write a good novel that he liked.
Well, he did write the novel that he liked that he had to burn up.
Well, I know.
But
but it looked awful. But I'm just saying, in the realm of the misery stuff, like the popular stuff, I mean, I did also think it was really funny and very King-like that it was like, well, you can write the popular stuff, but if you write the stuff that literally is not going to sell, you're probably going to get some awards.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, great.
Yeah, Lauren Bacall was so good as the agent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was. Well, let's get into it. It was such a great movie.
All right. Well, you take yourself back to 1990.
Oh, yeah. Beginning of the 90s.
Yeah. November 20th, Andrei Chikatilo, one of the Soviet Union's most prolific serial killers, is arrested in Novocherkassk.
Oh, my God. HBO did a great movie about that called Citizen X. It starred Stephen Ray, Donald Sutherland, Max von Sydow, and then Jeffrey DeMunn played Andrew Chikatilo. You remember him as the guy that drives the RV in The Walking Dead.
Okay.
He's in all Frank Darabont stuff.
Yeah,
I think he's in The Mist.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Well, he's always showing up and stuff.
He's one of those character actors. You'd recognize him if you see him.
But if you haven't seen Citizen X,
it's good.
It is so good. It's a great movie, and if you like your serial killer stuff, and it's like Chikatilo he like bit the penises off boys. He was a child killer. He killed boys.
For some reason, I heard Chikatilo, and I thought, wait, Jeffrey DeMunn did that?
Chikatilo. What a weird name.
Yeah, Chikatilo was messed up.
Yeah.
Messed up.
Yes. Yes.
November 28th, the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Margaret Thatcher, resigns after 11 years and is replaced by John Major.
Oh, my God. The guy from Marvel that got fired?
No.
No, that's John Majors.
Jonathan Majors?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but 11 years of Margaret Thatcher certainly was full of misery.
Oh, my God, the Iron Lady. Every working class Brit hates her with a passion. She was a horrible person.
She was not a good person. November 29th, the United Nations Security Council passes UN Security Council Resolution 678, authorizing military intervention in Iraq if that state does not withdraw its forces from Kuwait and free all foreign hostages by Tuesday, January 15th, 1991. Do you want to guess if they did it?
Did they do it?
They didn't.
Oh, no. What happened?
And then we had the Operation Desert Storm.
Oh, yeah. That one was
lasted
successful.
Like 4 days. Yeah.
That was the successful one where they threatened to kill George Bush Sr.
Yeah.
And then GW wanted to go in because they wanted to kill my daddy.
I'm going to go kill him.
I killed him because they're going to kill my daddy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, eventually it led to that, yeah.
The quagmire, the 20-year quagmire.
Yeah. Thank God that's over.
Yeah, no more weird Middle East pointless wars.
Yeah. November 30th, Misery is released in theaters just in time for Christmas.
Yes.
So Misery was Stephen King's 21st book to be published. Technically his 23rd, if you count his collection of short stories in 1978 called Night Shift, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And Different Seasons, which was published in 1982. Which is funny because we've already covered one of the stories in that, and we'll be covering Shawshank Redemption next week.
The Body was the first.
The Body was the first, which became Stand By Me, and which we will talk about because it was also directed by Rob Reiner.
And wasn't it Rita Hayworth in the Shawshank Redemption?
It was. And we will be talking about that next week because it is a phenomenal movie, and it is literally one of the greatest movies ever made.
True that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to say true that.
The character of Annie Wilkes came to Stephen King in a dream.
Of course it did.
It's the worst dream ever.
I would love and also be frightened to hell to be in that man's mind and feel his dreams.
The fact that he decided to go into writing rather than becoming Andrei Chikatilo is amazing.
Yes.
So he was on a flight to London and wrote the idea down on a cocktail napkin. When he arrived at the hotel, he wrote 16 pages of the novel. He actually asked the hotel to work at a desk, and they stuck him at a desk that Rudyard Kipling actually died at.
Ooh.
He had a stroke at the desk that he was writing.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, history.
There you go. King made it. He didn't die at the desk.
No, he didn't. But death came back and ran him over with a van. Tried later. It was going to be published as the 6th book from Richard Bachman, his pseudonym, but it was revealed that he was Bachman before the book could be released.
That's weird, because it doesn't seem to fit.
It's not horror.
Right.
But the thing is, and this is weird, and we'll talk about this next week too with Different Seasons, because all of the Different Seasons stuff was never published. He wrote most of them in the 70s and early 80s, and they were never published because they weren't horror.
Right.
And so, literally, all the publishers and stuff were like, well, nobody's going to read this. You're Stephen King. Yeah. And that's when he started doing Bachman, and then he didn't release those as Bachman. He just eventually released them as Stephen King in 82 and was like, whatever.
Yeah.
So it just seems weird. Maybe it was just a publishing choice.
Maybe. Well, it's also, didn't he have 3 books come out that year?
Yes.
That's probably
yes,
why.
we will talk about that. That's coming. Yes.
Because I think just to kind of dilute
It's kind
it.
of oversaturation.
I mean, that's basically why he created Bachman, is because he wrote too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he needed another guy.
He needed to pretend he was multiple people.
We're going to find out that there's like 20 pseudonyms for Stephen King after he dies, and there's literally 3,000 books.
He actually wrote Jane Eyre.
Yes, probably. He wrote Sex and the City.
So it went to number 4 on the bestseller list. Never was a number 1 bestseller.
Weird.
Yeah. The book would win the Bram Stoker Award in the inaugural awards, sharing the Best Novel Award with Swan Song by Robert McCammon.
You know, I think it took me, because if I read this in the summer of 88 or 87.
87. It would have been 87. Yeah.
So I probably read it in the summer of 88.
Probably, because it probably would have come out in the fall of 87.
So I must have waited too, because I'm like, it's not horror. What's this about?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, but the cover of it's so cool.
Yeah.
The shadow and the axe and
it's
stuff.
great.
It's like, that draws me in immediately.
Yeah. But there was a couple of his books that I was I don't even know if I read. No, I did when it came out. No, I waited. I didn't read Eyes of the Dragon until it came out on paperback.
I didn't read Eyes of the Dragon for a long time.
It was good.
I know.
It was really
I'm not a
good.
fantasy person.
I'd like to see him write
which
more
I'm,
fantasy.
I'm more now, but
Yeah. Anyway.
King also released The Dark Tower 2, The Drawing of the Three, and The Tommyknockers in the same year that Misery was released.
That's probably why I had to get the catalog finished before I got there. The Dark Tower one was long.
So was the Tommyknockers. And in Tommyknockers, you had to reread like 4 times because it made 0 sense.
Tommyknockers knocking at your door.
You could tell he was on cocaine when he wrote it.
I was on cocaine when I read it.
Oh,
it's the only
then
way
it
you
probably
can do
made
it.
sense.
It made a lot of sense. I read it in 3 hours.
God. Ay. My eyes would be on fire.
They were.
Part of the novel came from fans' reactions to The Eyes of the Dragon, released in 1984. Fans didn't like it that it was an epic fantasy book and not a horror novel.
Fans can F off. Even back then, it was like, well, you're not doing us what we want.
Toxic fandom.
Jerk. How dare you try to spread your wings and do something different?
But it also just shows that he was trying different things. It's not like he was just writing horror novels.
No, his book On Writing is one of it's the essential book for any writer to read.
One of the most inspirational books ever.
Because it's told from such a point of truism. It isn't about like, this is how you need to do it. He's like,
No,
this is
what I do.
Yeah.
This might work for you.
Yeah.
Here's some things that will probably work for
Yeah.
you. Like, it's
And this
something
is-
you should be doing.
This is why I love writing. And On Writing is the only book on writing that I think I've ever read that ever made my writing better.
Yeah, agreed.
That I actually took the advice.
The number one piece of advice on writing, reading is writing.
Yeah.
If you're not reading while you're writing, then you're not writing.
Yes.
Like, you got to keep reading because that is how you keep that the muscle exercised.
Oh, yeah. The more I read, the more I'm inspired to write.
Yeah.
I just have to be careful because I get kind of into the
Yeah.
milieu of whatever I'm writing. I'm like,
Right.
all right, I'm going to write this.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
oh, my God, I'm writing what I just read.
And get inspired, don't rip it off.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you could do it really well.
Yes. The novel was brought to Rob Reiner's attention by producer and Castle Rock Entertainment partner Andrew Scheinman, who read the book while on an airplane, appropriately enough.
I think I did too.
Yeah.
Part of it.
Misery would be Reiner's 6th movie and had adapted The Body, a novella by King, as Stand By Me in 1986. Please listen to our Stand By Me episode.
Yes, of course.
It's a great movie and a great episode.
It is.
Reiner had just made When Harry Met Sally, which ended up being a surprise box office hit, making $193 million against a $16 million budget.
I'll have what she's having.
Reiner was the talk of the town. Everybody wanted to work with Rob Reiner.
You know what's funny? Because I used to shit on him a lot, and I hated him for a long time because of his irrational anti-smoking thing. It drove me
Just
insane.
a one-issue voter, man.
Oh my God. Well, he was just so obnoxious about it.
Yeah.
But because we've covered him a couple of times. We just covered him recently, didn't we? But we've covered him.
Our Stand By Me episode. I don't think we've covered him anything else.
Maybe not, but he is. I mean, you forget what a really good filmmaker he is, and how his father was one of the greatest comedic directors of all time.
Yeah.
And he could have just tried to be him, but he didn't. I mean, he really branched out. Well, from This Is Spinal Tap to The Body to Princess Bride to this.
Yeah,
you know,
and A Few Good Men.
All the President's Men. That's what we covered. Not All the President's Men. The American President.
American President.
Was that
That's
the one
what
he
it was.
did?
Yes.
Yeah. So
sorry. Yes, American. We did cover him recently. Listen to our American President episode.
Right after he was murdered too, and it was really sad.
It was not. Yeah.
And it's still just so tragic.
It's so messed up. It's just so messed up.
But I think he because of his personality and the way he was Meathead.
Everyone thought he was Meathead.
Right, and Carl Reiner's son. So he's coming at it from a deficit to begin with.
Yeah.
A huge deficit.
He had to crawl his way up every time he made a movie.
And he had to really work his ass off to make the movie great. The worst part of Misery was his dead performance as the helicopter pilot. I hated it.
It's like he forgot how to act.
It didn't even look like him.
No,
it was all mustache
weird.
acting.
Well, because I looked at a bunch of behind the scenes stuff, and he had a giant beard, and then he shaved it for that sequence.
Oh, nice.
And so it was just weird seeing him without the beard.
He's just a weirdo.
He is. King was initially reluctant to sell the film rights to Misery because he was skeptical that a Hollywood studio would make a movie faithful to his vision.
Understood, man. Yeah. There's a lot of really effed up stuff in that.
It is a great book, and even as is would make a great movie. At that time, could not be made the way it was written.
No.
Which obviously Reiner knew.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so messed up.
Yes.
Like you forget that in the book, she also cuts off one of his thumbs.
Yes.
Like with an electric knife.
Yeah.
It's so messed up.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. He gets so much. He's so much more effed up at the end of the book than he is.
Yeah. Than just hobbling around. Yeah.
Because nobody wants to see people. Nobody wants to see James Caan get pieces cut off of him.
No. It would be too much. It'd be too much.
I would have loved it, though.
I mean, if it was made now, 100%.
Oh, yeah. If it's going to be remade, it needs to be remade by, like Coogler or Muschietti or the Longlegs guy.
Osgood Perkins.
Osgood
Perkins would do an amazing job with this movie.
Oh,
or even like the weapons kid, like Krager? Zach Krager?
Is that Krieger?
Yeah, something like that. He would do a good job too. Anyway, it would be good. Or Curry Barker with Obsession.
Yeah,
although he kind of did that.
It would have to be a period piece, though. You couldn't make it modern now with cell phones.
No, it'd be too hard. Yeah, there'd be too many things you'd have to like. Oh, it's convenient that there's no cell service here, huh?
But she wouldn't have a cell phone. You know what I mean? It's
and it's not. And really, honestly, there are definitely places out in the middle of nowhere that you can live, and no one will ever. Talking to you, Ted Kaczynski.
Yes.
However, King was very impressed with the film adaptation of Stand By Me and agreed to sell Misery under the proviso that Rob Reiner would either produce or direct the film.
He's got his favorites.
He does. Reiner hired William Goldman to adapt the screenplay.
Great choice, man.
Oh my God, he's so good. Goldman started as a novelist in the 50s before turning to theater in the 60s. In the mid-'60s, Cliff Robertson asked him to write a screenplay adaptation of Flowers for Algernon for Cliff Robertson.
Yes, the book about a dummy becoming a smarty, but then a dummy.
Yes. Robertson didn't like his adaptation and hired Sterling Silliphant to write what would become Charlie, which was released in 1968.
Charlie.
Yeah. I always forget that Cliff Robertson was an actual star.
Yes.
Because he just does not talked about it all anymore.
No, but he was huge.
He was huge, yeah. Goldman was asked to adapt a Lou Archer novel, which became Harper, released in 1966, starring Paul Newman and Lauren Bacall.
That's a good movie.
It was a huge hit, making $12 million against a $3.5 million budget. Goldman was teaching at Princeton and couldn't come up with an idea for a novel, so he wrote the screenplay of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Oh my God. One of my favorite movies of all time.
So good. He'd been researching the screenplay for 8 years.
Good Lord. Well, I get that. If you're going to do a true story or an historical epic, the more you know. And these guys were fascinating, man.
Yeah, they had
fascinating.
Yeah, they were super fascinating. He sold the rights to the screenplay for $400,000, the highest ever paid for a screenplay at the time.
Money well spent.
The movie was released in 1969 and would earn Goldman an Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay.
It's such a weird movie. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 the fact that they have that with the sepia, it's a montage of photographs, of sepia photographs, which is so brilliant because it's of the time.
Right.
And the music, everything is so weird and everything works together so perfectly. We have to cover that movie.
We will. I always forget that it's an original screenplay. For some reason, in my brain, it's adapted from a book. I don't know why.
Because it's a historical epic.
Yeah. Goldman wrote and released The Princess Bride in 1973. He also wrote a screenplay for it, but wouldn't get made until 1987 with Rob Reiner directing.
Marriage.
I always forget that he wrote the novel of The Princess Bride.
Yes, which is so great. Have you ever read it?
No.
We have it. I've got a copy of it. Yeah, it is. Well, he did write the screenplay, so it makes sense that it's so on point. But yeah, it is a great book. He is such a good writer. And actually reading his stuff rather than just passively taking it in as a viewer, he really is a master at the craft.
He also wrote the novel for Marathon Man, released in 1974, which was adapted into a film starring Dustin Hoffman. He sold the movie rights to Marathon Man for $450,000.
Good Lord.
He also wrote Magic, released in 1976, which was adapted into a movie in 1978 starring Anthony Hopkins.
It's such a creep movie. That's what I wanted to watch. That's what...
Magic.
That's what I wanted to watch yesterday. I wanted to find that.
I did not realize that. I knew The Princess Bride was a novel. I didn't know it was Goldman. Did not know Marathon Man was a novel. Did not know Magic was a novel. I just always thought these were original screenplays.
I didn't know about Marathon Man or Magic.
Yeah.
But yeah, Magic was... It was creepy, man.
Yeah.
Anything... My sister and I both. Anything with, like, evil dolls, or dolls coming to life, that would freak the F.
Oh, yeah.
Freak us out so bad.
Yeah. After a few bad experiences with writing scripts, Goldman went back to novels in the early 80s, but Hollywood came calling again, adapting his novel Heat into a Burt Reynolds project released in 1986.
Yeah.
Not the Michael Mann Heat, a different Heat.
It's definitely not the Michael Mann Heat.
Reiner enjoyed working with him on The Princess Bride, so he hired him to adapt Misery. Reiner's one request was to change the foot-chopping scene to the hobbling scene. Goldman actually fought him on it, but Reiner convinced him that if it was left in, it would make people hate Annie, and he wanted people to be conflicted.
I don't agree.
I could see how, at that point, she becomes completely, totally evil.
Yes, but look, the fact that she busts his ankles like that isn't softer. You know what I mean? It doesn't soften her character.
Yeah, but, he at least will heal.
Kind of. He still has to use
If he gets
a
a foot chopped off, then it's not going to grow back.
That's half a foot. You can get a prosthetic.
So eventually Goldman agreed. I think it was the right choice. I think at the time it was the right choice.
At the time, I agree. I don't think audiences were ready for it. I think you're right. They're definitely ready for it now. I think they would expect it.
Yeah.
I think if it was softened now, people would be really upset.
Yeah. James Caan was cast as Paul Sheldon, the writer. Reiner had a really hard time finding an actor to play Sheldon. The role was offered to
William Hurt twice, then Kevin Kline, Michael Douglas, Harrison Ford, Dustin Hoffman, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Richard Dreyfuss, Jack Nicholson, Gene Hackman, and Robert Redford.
But they all turned it down because most of the actors didn't want to lay in bed for 16 weeks.
I don't get that. What a perfect part. That would have been the dream part for me. You just lie in bed for 10 hours.
Yeah, but you like lying in bed.
Well, I love it.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
No, they're jerks.
Warren Beatty was interested in the role, waiting to turn him into a less passive character, but eventually had to drop out as post-production of Dick Tracy extended.
Ooh, Harrison Ford would have been really good.
Harrison Ford would have been good. There's Kevin Kline would have been good. Douglas would have been good. Richard Dreyfuss, I would not be able to take seriously.
Richard Dreyfuss, Annie, what are you doing?
At this point, De Niro, Pacino, Nicholson were too much them.
Yeah.
Like, it could have worked, but...
It could have worked with them. It could have worked with Nicholson because the fandom situation. I think he could play the, hey, Annie. The whole... Because he was so big at that point that it kind of would make sense.
I think of all of them, the one that I think I would like to have seen the most is Robert Redford. I think he would have killed it.
Oh, my God. He or Kevin Kline.
Yeah. They both would have killed it. Because they're both just that charming enough.
Hackman, too, man.
Yeah.
Because Hackman's got that everyman, and there's a vulnerability to him that when it comes out is really, really something. But Caan did a great job.
No, they chose correctly.
We're not, poo-pooing him.
Yeah. Goldman said of the part,
"It was as simple and discouraging as this. No one would play the part. We knew the role was less flashy. Had to be. The guy's in the sack most of the movie. We also knew he was under the control of a woman, something stars hate. But we also felt the movie was essentially what the Brits call a two-hander. Paul Sheldon character is not only the hero, he's in almost every scene."
I think he gave away the game when he talked about under the control of a woman.
Yes.
I think most of the actors were like, no, thank you.
Most of the actors' agents said, no, thank you. We're not going to let him.
They're not going to get upstaged by a woman.
I'm doing the quoties. They're protecting their reputation.
Yeah.
Which is so gross.
Agreed. Because I think most of the actors wouldn't give a shit.
No, and it just shows you the level of misogyny back then,
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah, and this is the funny thing is I'm sure a lot of people after the movie came out were like, wait, I got offered that?
Yes.
Didn't even know.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it wouldn't have been right for you.
Yeah, on the list, on the list of regrets for some of these actors of what they missed, Misery is on that list.
Yeah.
Because it's such a great part.
It is a great part.
So good. And these are the agents talking. I am sure that none of these actors, especially the good ones, would read this script and be like, I don't want to lay in bed and be bitched at by a woman.
Yeah.
And if they did, they're assholes.
Yeah, I doubt that. Eventually, someone suggested James Caan, who took the part. Caan commented that he was attracted to the fact that Sheldon was a role unlike any of his others, and that
being a totally reactionary character is really much tougher.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
It is. It's hard.
And it's funny because at the beginning of the film, you're like, he's an asshole.
I mean, he kind of was. He was not a very charming guy.
No, but I think that's part of what makes that character so interesting.
Yeah.
Is that if he was a really likable, charming, wonderful dude, then the dichotomy would have been awful. Like, we would have felt horrible.
They both needed to be more gray.
Yeah, because there would be absolutely, there would be no...
you would just hate her from the
beginning. There would be no sympathizing with her.
They would just be like, well, she should just kill him because he's an asshole.
She's the boogeyman. Yeah. She's a monster, but we need to see the human before we see the monster for it to be effective.
And he does, and definitely in the movie, he does try to be charming with her, and he does try to...
And he is.
And he wins her over.
Of course.
She wants him to, but he does.
But she's so... I mean, he's great, but my God, her performance is one of the best performances. It is so deceptively amazing. Her work in her eyes, the way that she knows that he's lying to her, but she desperately wants to believe it. Everything that's working behind the scenes in her performance is goddamn exemplary. I watching it again, I was absolutely floored.
Yeah.
But
she's so good.
As much as I hate award shows and all that bullshit, she definitely deserved to win.
Oh, yeah. Caan did 1 year at Michigan State University, where he was a walk-on backup quarterback. He then transferred to Hofstra, where he became intrigued by acting and decided to pursue it.
It's a really funny story. I watched a few interviews with him about the football thing. His football coach, after he was in The Godfather, called him up and was like, hey, I think you should start giving me 10% of your earnings. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm the one who told you to quit football.
That's great. Caan appeared on stage and in TV before making his cinematic acting premiere in Irma la Douche in 1963, starring Jack Lemmon and Shirley MacLaine.
I hear about that movie all the time. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, really? It's so good. Oh, my God. I became obsessed with that in The Apartment.
What was Irma la Douche about?
It was. I think Shirley MacLaine plays a prostitute, but it's been a long time, but it's a really good movie.
All right.
I want to say I believe that it was also set in Paris, but Shirley MacLaine is so good in it.
Okay.
She's this tiny little pixie and is just so charming.
Well, she was, The Apartment, she was an amazing actor.
Yeah.
People forget just how absolutely amazing she was.
You need to do a double
feature?
Thank you. Double feature of Irma la Douce, whatever, in The Apartment.
Okay.
Both movies are so good.
I'll start with La Douce since I haven't seen it. I just watched The Apartment recently with my folks.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
We were kind of on a
Such
Billy
a good
Wilder kick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Despite being uncredited, critics noticed Caan and expected a bright future from him. His first credited appearance was in 1964 with Lady in a Cage, starring Olivia de Havilland.
Ooh.
Yeah, he plays a gangster, I think, that gets his eye pulled out.
Gross.
Yeah. He made some more TV appearances and actually turned down a starring role in a TV show, stating,
I want to be an actor, not a millionaire.
Yeah, because apparently TV was the way to become a millionaire.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, because
it was
TV is just steady work.
Steady work.
And if you're on a hit show,
Yeah. Caan worked for the first time with Francis Ford Coppola in 1969, playing a brain-damaged football player in The Rain People, which is a movie that I literally did not know existed until I wrote it down.
Now I want to see him playing a brain-damaged football player.
He played a dying football player in Brian's Song on TV in 1971.
Oh, my God. Have you ever seen Brian's Song?
No.
Brian's, it's Billy D. Williams, I think, is the
other guy.
His best friend.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, man. That was the movie that made every man cry. And that was the one, this is so stupid, but, toxic masculinity or whatever, but it was like the one time that a man could cry is watching Brian's Song. Because it's like, two best friends, one of them is dying, and they're football players, so it's tough and they're cool, but it's sad because it's kids.
I remember us talking about Brian's Song in our Rollerball episode, which also has James Caan in it. I think we go into much more detail on Brian's Song in that.
It's a good movie. I mean, it's very sweet.
He'd actually turned down the role a number of times, not wanting to do TV, but finally read the script and agreed.
Well, read the script first, dum-dum.
Well, James Caan is a weird guy.
Well, he didn't know how to read. He had to learn how to read first. That's why he was always uncredited.
It gave him his best reviews, and he earned an Emmy nomination.
Yeah, he was great. It was a really, at least for the time, it was very touching.
Yeah.
There's some song in it. I think it was called Brian's Song, but it was like a big song.
It was a good movie about two
Friendship.
men like having good friendship
and being there for each other at the hardest time in their life when you're dying.
The following year, Caan appeared in The Godfather, working with Francis Ford Coppola again.
Never saw it. What is that about?
Yeah, I don't know. It's something about the mob, so I gave it a pass. Yeah.
I thought it was about a guy whose best friend had some kids.
It's actually about James Caan, the guy who created Godfather. No, what's his name?
Godfather's Pizza?
Godfather's Pizza guy.
He's dead. Died from COVID.
Something Caan. Herman Caan. Herman Caan. It was about Herman Caan.
Wasn't he the rent's too high or something? Or
No, that was a different guy.
But there was something that he had, his presidential run was like he had some stupid thing like that.
I think it was, I'm not going to take the COVID vaccine and then I'm going to die from COVID.
Eat my pizzas.
Yeah. Anyway.
Godfather Pizza was also awful pizza.
It was bad. I have a really funny Godfather story, which I will tell later because it's completely irrelevant.
Okay.
But yeah, because it has nothing to do with that. Okay,
be a tease.
Caan was actually originally cast as Michael Corleone, but both he and Coppola demanded he play Sonny so Al Pacino could play Michael.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's so much more of a Sonny.
Yeah.
I mean, it was perfect. It was almost like it was written for him.
And he knew that. I just think his producers were like, oh, no, we're going to have James Caan play,
Well, because nobody knew who the hell Al Pacino was back then.
He was very unknown.
He was a difficult upstart indie actor, basically.
Yeah. Caan was nominated for a Best Supporting Actor Oscar for the part, along with Pacino and Robert Duvall, but they all lost to Joel Grey for Cabaret.
He was really good.
Yeah.
But
I think they all kind of cancel each other out.
Yeah.
It just sucks when multiple people get nominated in the same category in the movie. It's like,
Robert Duvall is so good in that. It is such a difficult part, too.
Yeah.
Because it's the thankless part, but he gives
Very
so much
thankless,
to it.
Yeah.
As the adopted brother who never going to be anything but the adopted brother.
Caan was now a bona fide movie star and could pick and choose his projects. This would not always lead to success, as he turned down a number of projects that would become successful for whoever was cast. Movies he turned down include MASH, The French Connection, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Kramer vs. Kramer.
It was such middle-class bourgeois baloney.
Apocalypse Now, because Coppola
mentioned something about 16 weeks in the Philippine jungles.
Blade Runner, Love Story, and Superman.
I didn't want to wear the cape. He's so weird. It's just like, are you, why, what? You know? I mean, I get the Superman stuff, but Jesus, Blade Runner, Cuckoo's Nest.
Part of the problem was that with him being in The Godfather, he got so, people were obsessed with him being connected to the mafia, like in real life.
Yes,
they were like, "Oh, you're obviously you're from Queens or whatever, and you're obviously." And his response was, "I'm Jewish. I'm not Italian. I'm Jewish." And they're like, "Yeah, but you got to be connected to the mafia somehow." And he's like, "Yeah." So I can see the being like very picky and choosy. Also, I think he was just a very picky actor.
Yeah, and it also kind of seems like he didn't really love it.
It's weird, because, it really doesn't.
It seems like he kind of begrudgingly did it. And,
it's like, well, I'm not good at football, so I guess I'm going to go do this.
But it's also like, well, I'm not going to the Philippines.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do this. I mean, his excuses for not doing these
moves. You want
moves.
me to put in work?
Yeah. Bourgeois bullshit. It's like, because it's a lot of lines and whatever. I don't know. I'm putting words in his mouth, but it just seems to me.
I love James Caan.
Yes.
The more I get to know him, the more confused I am about him.
Well, yeah, and listening, because I watched a couple of interviews with him and Charlie Rose, and he's just a fascinating guy.
Yeah.
He grew up, his dad worked at a meatpacking plant, and his biggest fear was always having to work at the meatpacking plant. And I think his drive to acting, or his move to acting, was more about fear of being in the meatpacking plant like his old man, and it was an escape.
Right.
First it was sports, and then the football coach was like, you suck.
Yeah.
Go do something else.
Yeah.
Try acting.
Leave.
Basically, it was like, try acting, and he did, and, here we are. But I think he, just like all these guys that stumble into it, which just drives me effing crazy.
Right.
All these failed athletes that, somehow have this this 40-year career.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to, look, I'm not saying that Caan isn't talented. He's super talented. it's just aggravating that these guys who are like, yeah, I didn't want to do it. I was kind of pushed into it.
Yeah, yeah.
And here I am, a multimillionaire.
It's like, I wanted to give a shot, and then I just kept getting cast.
Yeah, I hated it. But, hey, they wanted me to do it, so it's just like, F you, buddy.
Well, there are options working a meatpacking plant, so here I am. Give me my lines.
Because I'll have to do it.
Yeah.
Good God.
It's like, come on, man. In 1981, Caan appeared in Thief from Michael Mann.
Oh, my God. Such a great movie. And a great performance by Jim Belushi.
Oh, yeah. Despite the movie not doing terribly well, he received his best review since The Godfather, and the movie has become a cult classic.
Yeah, it's great. We're going to we have to do a Caan month.
Yeah, we'll do some more Caan. Yeah. From 1982 to 1987, Caan suffered from depression over his sister's death from leukemia, a growing problem with cocaine, and what he described as
Hollywood burnout.
And did not act in any films for 5 years.
Well, I mean, look. Jim Carrey hasn't acted in any films in like 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain people that just are like, I'm kind of done.
Yeah, yeah.
And I get it, man. If my sister died, it would devastate me to the point where I wouldn't want to do anything either.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he must have been really close with her.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that's he's watching her die.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like leukemia
it's
is
not
a
like
quick
a car
death.
crash.
Yeah.
It's like he knows it's coming and it sucks.
And he experiences, and then the grief period after that, the dealing with all of it, the guilt and everything, it takes forever. And I get it, man.
Caan devoted much of his time during these years to coaching children's sports.
Because there's something there.
You just imagine showing up at a soccer field and being like, is that James Caan?
Get your ass out there.
Is James Caan coaching my kid?
Isn't he connected to the mob?
No, he's Jewish.
Oh, he's a Jewish mob? I get it. Look, if you go through something so deeply personal and real, Hollywood just seems so phony. I mean, going back to that bullshit of everybody just talking shit. You know, it's the phoniest, most effed up, stupid business. I was just watching something about Ryan Reynolds and how horrible he is and how the fact that he can get away with anything because he makes money.
Yeah.
And if you deliver and make money in Hollywood, you can be a pedophile, you can be whatever the F gross thing that you are, and they will not go after you because you making the almighty dollar.
Talking to you, Jerry Weinstein.
Yeah.
Jerry? Was it Jerry? No, was that the brother?
It was
the other one.
Harvey Weinstein. Jesus. Jerry, I'm talking to you, Jerry Seinfeld.
Talking to you, Jerry Seinfeld. Well,
true.
He has other problems.
Well, he did date a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
And he has a bit of a pedo streak.
In 1985, Jimmy Caan was in a car crash. I don't know any other details about it. He was just in a car crash. Caan considered retiring for good, but instead of being
set for life,
as he believed, he found out one day that
I was flat-ass broke. I didn't want to work, but then when the dogs got hungry and I saw their ribs, I decided that maybe now it's a good idea.
He just spent 5 years getting more and more poor.
Yes.
And then finally was like, all right, I guess I'll go back to acting.
Well, because acting is so deceptive. Because there's so many people taking a piece. There's the agent, there's the manager, there's the publicist. There's all these people taking money. And then you have a business manager, and these business managers are usually kind of shysters.
Yeah.
And so you have all this money, but it's invested poorly, or you're living in a lifestyle that demands an influx of hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. Right. So, I mean, if you're going to keep up that lifestyle, you're going to find out pretty quickly that money's not going to last.
I was just watching an interview with Josh Brolin where he was talking about No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
He was such a young actor that he was paid almost nothing.
Yeah.
And he was broke.
Yeah.
And then he did a movie after that, and he was getting some points, even though he was like, I don't know what the hell that is. And he got his lawyer calls him up, and he's like, did you see my email? And then he looked at it, and he was like, oh my God, I'm going to get $60,000. And he's like, after taxes and all the cuts and stuff, I'm going to get like $25,000. It's going to save my ass.
Yeah.
He misread the email. He was actually getting $600,000.
Oh, no.
And was like, holy crap.
Well, Josh, you could always call your stepmom, Barbara Streisand, or your dad to get money.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
know,
like
I know.
You're a Nepo baby.
But it was just interesting.
It is.
I mean, it's
and
like,
I get it. He wants to stand on his own or whatever, but it's like, come on.
But it's like it's from $60,000. Like he was hoping to take home maybe 20 or 25.
Which is crazy,
and
considering that he grew up as in Hollywood royalty.
Well, and that he was amazing in No Country for Old Men. He should have been making twice that, 3 times that.
And he had been acting since The Goonies.
Yeah,
It wasn't
it's
like
not
it was
like
his
he
first
was a
movie.
nobody.
But it was people didn't take him seriously, and for a long time. And I think No Country for Old Men is what gave him his career.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Because he was great in the Goonies, but then he just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, he did a lot of stupid teen crap, like BMX crap, and didn't he do some skateboarding movies?
No, yes, it was a skateboarding movie. Yes,
Skate USA or something
like that. Then Caan returned to acting with Coppola in Gardens of Stone, another Coppola movie I did not know existed.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
He only managed to get 1/4 of his salary before his acting hiatus, and the movie was not received terribly well. Caan was in Alien Nation in 1988, which was much more successful and spawned a TV show that Caan was not a part of.
I love that movie.
That movie's so good. It is so entertaining.
And Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing of guys that hate each other becoming best friends.
Yeah.
And I love aliens, sci-fi stuff.
An amazing conceit for a story where aliens are here and they're just kind of here.
Well, it's a great allegory for immigration.
Yeah. It's such a great movie.
It really is. The show is pretty good. One of the Carradine starred in it.
Yeah, I didn't watch all of the I watched some of it, and then it got kind of weird, and I was like, all right.
It wasn't as intriguing as the movie, because the movie was just so good, and James Caan was so good in it.
So good.
And he and Mandy Patinkin had great chemistry.
Yeah.
Mandy Patinkin, too, man. That guy is such an underrated actor.
Mandy Patinkin's amazing.
Great singer, great actor, great dancer.
Incredible. Yeah, he's an incredible human being.
And Criminal Minds.
Yeah. Caan would appear in 88 episodes of Las Vegas from 2003 to 2007.
Never watched that
Apparently decided at this time that he needed money to went to TV.
I want to be a millionaire.
It was fine. He ran a casino.
Yeah.
Like, it was fine.
I decided I want to be a millionaire and not an actor.
My dogs need to eat. Sadly, on July 6th, 2022, Caan died at Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center in Los Angeles at the age of 82 from a heart attack caused by coronary artery disease. His final film was Fast Charlie, starring Pierce Brosnan, released in 2023, released posthumously.
God, he was so good. He had so many resurgences of his career. Honeymoon in Vegas, that's when he became a comedic actor, and then was in Elf, and was
that's right. God, he was so good in Elf. I always forget
so
that he was
good.
in that. Yeah.
So good. The guy, James Caan, is a working class actor.
Yeah.
And I love working class actors because those guys know how to hustle.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, James Caan, he's just James Caan. It's like bullshit, man. You watch any of his roles, maybe he sounds like him, but there's so much depth to him. His eyes. Every actor, you want to know if an actor is good or bad, watch their eyes.
Yeah.
It's like you watch Sylvester Stallone in that crappy indie movie he made where he got fat, and he played the deaf cop, and it was like, oh, it's the first time Stallone's doing acting.
He's acting,
and he sucked because he has his dead shark eyes.
Yeah.
There's nothing there, and so there's no way he ever is good. No. He's just always going to be what he is, which is he's a good-looking body that can blow shit up.
He was really good in the first Rocky movie.
Hey, no, what's that show that he's in?
Tulsa.
Tulsa, yeah. No cannolis. Cannolis in Tulsa. You're so stupid.
I hate all those movies.
It's like, why did
all those shows.
Caan have to die and we still have to deal with Stallone?
Yeah, exactly. Kathy Bates was cast as Annie Wilkes. Angelica Houston and Bette Midler were both offered the role of Annie Wilkes, but both turned it down, with Midler saying later that she deeply regretted the decision.
She would have been horrible. I love Bette Midler, but she would have been horrible. There's no way.
No, it's like anybody. I'm sorry, even the greatest actor in the world, nobody would have been as good as Kathy Bates.
Oh my God, no! And who was the other one?
Angelica Houston.
Yeah, Angelica Houston's too attractive. She might have been able to do it.
She wouldn't have been homey enough. Like, I don't think she could have pulled off being, like, I don't think it would have been believable that she was in the middle of Colorado somewhere.
Yeah.
It was like, what, did you come from New York and then you're just here?
Well,
I don't know. She seems too hoity-toity to me.
Well, I mean, look. Kathy Bates just looks like Annie Wilkes. I mean, she embodies that so well.
She defined the character.
Because she's not a Hollywood actress. Any Hollywood actress would have come with baggage of, it's Goldie Hawn. Or whomever. And so having some, not, relatively unknown Cody's. You needed somebody who the audience could love and hate. And not come in with any preconceived notions.
Right.
Because if you come in with preconceived notions, the film is already done.
Yeah. The writer, William Goldman, suggested Kathy Bates, who was mainly a theater actor and was relatively unknown in Hollywood. Again, quote, he's relatively unknown because she did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
She had appeared in a number of movies and on TV, but mostly in smaller parts. And Misery was her major Hollywood breakthrough. She did have some issues on set as Caan didn't like to rehearse, and being from theater, she preferred to over-rehearse.
Yeah, I bet you they clashed.
Oh, they did. Bringing her frustration to Reiner, he told her to use it in the performance.
Yeah, that's the smartest thing you can say. Because you can't fix this as a director. So the great... so you have to manipulate your actors.
Yeah.
I've had this happen, where people hate each other and you're like, okay, well, this is going to work great for the part.
She got a little too into the part. Like, there was a point where Reiner, during the shoot, realized that she was becoming more and more isolated from the cast and crew.
Yeah.
And he had to, literally pull her aside and be like, when you go home, Annie stays here.
Yeah.
Like, you go home and you're Kathy. Annie stays here.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Because he could tell that she was just embodying it a little too much.
And that's not the kind of role that you want to
No.
envelop yourself in to the point of...
And it shows how much Reiner is an actor's director.
Yeah.
Like, he just knew,
Now, is she a character actor? Is she a method actor?
No, she's a theater actor.
Right.
I mean, and I think that was the thing, is that he was like, I can see it's happening going a little too deep.
Well, because the thing, when you're doing theater, when you do a movie, you do it, you do the day's work, it's done. Maybe you do reshoots, but it's just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Theater, you have to hold on to that character for months, maybe years.
Yeah,
depending.
Yeah.
Because you got to do it week after week, time after time, and I've played characters. I'm not a method guy at all, but I have played characters or done things where it weighs on you because you have to play this person over and over again, and it's not a great person.
Well, and I think this is the thing, is that she was playing her for essentially, 6 days a week for 12, 14 hours a day for 15, 16 weeks.
Yes.
And it's like, eventually you're just kind of that person.
Well, and to get that performance, I mean, her performance is so dug deep in.
Yeah.
It is so well researched and well rounded.
Yeah.
So she's probably always trying to find a way to make it better. She's just that kind of actor.
Yeah, exactly.
It just seems like a lot of times I cannot stand actors who talk about the process and the process and I love the process, blah blah blue. But she seems like the kind of person that means it. You know what I mean? Doesn't need to talk about it, lives it, and I think working with her at first would be a little annoying, but I think the more you worked with her, you would appreciate it more, and it would make you a better actor.
Well, and I think as well is that I think a lot of these things would be worked out with rehearsal, and a lot of it, acting through scenes with the other person.
Right.
And if that person doesn't want to do that, then it's like, well, I'm going to do 1,000 different things in my head, and the one thing I'm going to choose, I hope it's right.
Right.
And it's like, and then it's like you overthink everything, and
But I think the dichotomy between him not wanting to rehearse, her wanting to rehearse, added to the tension of the two characters.
I think it came on screen. For sure. Yeah.
The thing about this movie is it could have just been laughably stupid with the wrong people or bad performances.
Yeah.
This hinges 100% on the two leads.
Yeah, on them being believable.
We're spending 95% with these people.
Yeah.
And if we don't believe what's happening, then the movie is a failure. But
it'll be dumb.
But it is so effective. And when he's sneaking around and we're just like, get back in.
Yeah, it's like, why are you getting out of the wheelchair? What are you doing?
Those parts of the book are so mind-numbingly suspenseful when she leaves, and because it's the way he writes it.
Yeah,
she's coming back, and you're just like, come on, dude, get back into the goddamn.
Well, that was the moment he gets into the kitchen, and then he starts taking the wheelchair down, and I was like, she's already on her way back. What are you doing?
Stop doing
like, you know she's coming back. Despite their clashing on set, Bates and Caan actually became quite close after the movie wrapped, with her stating that shooting Misery with Caan was one of the best experiences of her life.
Well, you have to be, because you're so intimate.
Yeah.
And you're working so closely together, and unless you're a sociopath, you have to bond.
Yeah.
And I think, because I've worked on really difficult shoots before, and if it's the more difficult to shoot, the more you bond.
Oh, yeah.
Because especially if you're disparate at the beginning and then you come together somehow in the middle, then you work through all this shit. And it's almost like going through couples therapy or something.
Yeah.
I get it.
Bates would win a Best Actress Oscar for playing Annie Wilkes, beating out Angelica Houston for The Grifters, Meryl Streep for Postcards from the Edge, Julia Roberts for Pretty Woman, and Joanne Woodward for Mr. and Mrs. Bridge.
Insane competition.
Yeah.
On that.
Great. Actually, great. All. I've never seen Mr. and Mrs. Bridge, so I can't speak for Joanne Woodward.
Really good.
But the other four are incredible performances.
I think Mr. and Mrs. Bridge was with her and Paul Newman.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Playing a married couple.
Yeah, I mean, all three of those. God, Angelica Houston, The Grifters is so good.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Oh, my God. The Grifters is an amazing movie.
Yeah. She was the first
So is Postcards from the Edge, by the way.
Technically, so is Pretty Woman. Pretty Woman's a great movie.
Yeah.
And Julia Roberts was fantastic in it.
Really bad message for Pretty Woman, but a great movie.
Yeah, but a good movie. Yeah. Kathy Bates was the first woman to win an Oscar for Best Actress in a horror movie.
Crazy.
Jodie Foster would replicate the feat the next year with Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs a horror movie.
Well, I mean, Misery. Is Misery a horror movie?
Yeah, I don't
I mean,
think
they're really
either.
thrillers,
Yeah.
but they just throw them together. I mean, technically, Silence of the Lambs is more horror to me than Misery, but
Well, there's more violence.
yeah, well, but it's also more scary,
Well,
purposely scary.
Yeah, because there's serial killers and shit. I think this is a thriller. I wouldn't classify Misery as horror.
I think for marketing purposes, they call it a horror movie.
Well, it's because it's Stephen King.
Yeah.
He's the king of horror.
Yeah.
So you have to reduce it down to its,
I mean,
you
maybe
know,
like
most basis.
more psychological horror, but it's there. Bates would be nominated for 3 more Oscars over her career, all for Best Supporting Actress. Primary Colors in 1999, losing to Judi Dench for Shakespeare in Love.
Okay, that was a weird movie.
Primary Colors? Yeah.
It was about Bill and Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, it was weird.
You had John Travolta playing Bill Clinton. That was really weird.
Yeah.
I'm Bill Clinton.
Yeah,
Hey.
it was weird. About Schmidt in 2002, losing to Catherine Zeta-Jones for Chicago.
Hell, that everybody. A great movie, by the way.
And About Schmidt was good.
Jack Nicholson, like going on a soul-searching journey.
Yeah, like a road trip.
His
kind of
wife
thing.
dies. It's so great because he starts out the movie. I think June Squibb might play his wife or somebody.
Yeah, that sounds
But
right.
like he had to pee sitting down. He was so emasculated.
Right.
And so and he meets Kathy Bates, and all anybody ever talked about was her nude scene. And it's just like, come on, man, that was so bold of her too,
Sure.
at her age and everything
Why not?
to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like f you guys.
Yeah. She also was nominated for Richard Jewell in 2019, losing to Laura Dern for Marriage Story.
She played his mom.
His mom,
She was so good.
So good in that.
She is always good. I have never seen her give a bad performance. It makes me want to watch Murder, She Wrote. Is it Murder, She Wrote or Matlock?
Matlock.
It makes me want to watch Matlock because I love her so much.
Yeah. Stephen King was so impressed with Kathy Bates' performance in this film that he later wrote 2 more roles for her. The title role in his novel Dolores Claiborne was written with Bates in mind, and Bates later starred in the film adaptation of Dolores Claiborne in 1995.
That was a good movie. It was her and Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yeah.
Jennifer Jason Leigh, I believe, had an abusive husband or boyfriend, and she kills him and throws him in the well or something.
Yeah, because I think that Dolores Claiborne had killed her husband and thrown him in the well.
Yes.
And then she was like, well, you can always put him in the well. Or something like that. I remember the book more than the movie.
Same.
But it was good, and it was very much like, even reading Dolores Claiborne, I was like, this is Kathy Bates.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, those were some of King's challenging books at the time. Like Dolores, he did... Rose Red and Dolores Claiborne were very different for him.
Well, and it was like very strong female-driven characters and stories, and people were like, how are you writing this?
Stephen King writes great women and children.
Agreed.
I mean, look at Holly Gibney.
He prefers writing strong women.
Well, he started Carrie. I mean, his first novel out of the gate was about a very literally psychically strong woman.
King also wrote the script for the TV miniseries The Stand, broadcast in 1994. His original novel featured a male character named Ray Flowers, but upon hearing that Bates wanted to be involved in the miniseries, King rewrote the part as a woman just so Bates could play the part, although she went uncredited.
I didn't know she was in The Stand.
I don't remember her in that.
Neither do I.
I remember Ray Flowers from the novel.
Yeah.
I don't remember her in the miniseries.
Well, we'll find out when we do our miniseries month coming up.
Bates has also had a long career in TV, mostly after Misery, earning 14 Emmy nominations, but only winning 2.
Oh, that's a shame.
Outstanding Guest Actress in a Comedy Series in 2012 for 2.5 Men.
I remember her on that, I think.
Of all things.
I know. See, look, 2.5 Men was not a bad show.
It was fine.
It wasn't a great show, but it wasn't... you know,
it was one of those that started and I didn't really pay attention to it, and then I had that whole kerfuffle with Charlie Sheen, and I was like,
and Angus T. Jones, but denouncing the show. But he was a cute little kid. At the beginning of the show was fun.
Yeah.
Ducky, whatever.
John Cryer.
John Cryer was.
I wanted to
good.
watch John. I wanted to watch it for John Cryer because I was not at the time, but when I was little, I was obsessed with that movie where he went back to high school.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was obsessed with that movie, and I was like, "Oh, it's John Cryer," and then I just never watched it.
It was great. And look, Charlie Sheen was really funny. It was of its time, and I think it was good for its time. But I think she played like a psychiatrist or something that Charlie went to.
Yeah, she wasn't on it very much, but I mean,
he also had Jane Lynch play a psychiatrist for a little. He kept going to a lot of psychiatrists apparently.
I wonder why.
He's a womanizer.
She also won for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Miniseries or Movie in 2014 for American Horror Story Coven.
She was great.
She also appeared in the American Horror Story seasons Freak Show, Hotel, Roanoke, and Apocalypse.
Great in all of them.
She was so fan. She was the main reason why I kept watching the show.
Well, her and Jessica Lange.
Yeah. It was, for me, it was more her.
Nice.
In 1995, Bates started directing with an episode of Great Performances featuring herself, Beverly D'Angelo, Marcia Gay Harden, and Frances McDormand. I think it was actually, the episode was literally called like Women Talking or something. Okay. But it was just historical like monologues.
That's cool.
But it was a PBS thing. But she directed that episode. She would also direct an episode of Homicide: Life on the Street in 1996.
Great show. One of my favorite shows of all time.
NYPD Blue in 1997.
Showed butts.
A lot of butts.
So I got to see... what was
big
that guy?
fat pasty butts.
Hey, what's that guy's name? Sipowicz. Gotta go Sipowicz, big old butt.
I'm not gonna remember his name.
Yeah. Dennis Franz. I'm Sipowicz. I'm Dennis Franz.
Look at my butt.
Look at my butt.
It's 1997. It's ABC. Look at my butt.
Hey, you can see my butt. I'm Dennis Franz. Look at my butt.
Oz in 1998. Dash and Lily in 1999, which was her first TV film about Dashiell Hammett.
Oh, nice.
And 5 episodes of 6 Feet Under.
Oh, she did an amazing job. 6 Feet Under is such a great show.
Yeah.
And to this day, in my opinion, has the most amazing series finale.
Yeah.
The last 10 minutes of that show are groundbreaking. I mean, I've never seen a show end more perfectly.
It was great.
Perfectly.
She most recently can be seen in Matlock, starring and executive producing, earning an Emmy nomination in 2025 for the role, but she lost to Britt Lauer for Severance.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I mean, Britt Lauer is good.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with
Granted,
that.
I haven't watched her in Matlock, so I don't know, but...
After watching that horrible Harlan Coben show that every human being on the planet, not just the United States, but on the planet, is apparently obsessed with because it's one of the biggest streaming things ever, totally soured me on her because she's so bad in it. So bad. I don't think it's her fault. I think it's the director.
Well, she was good in Severance. So
she was good in
Severance.
Severance.
That's what she won for. She will also be seeing the upcoming American Horror Story 13, which ties all of the American Horror Story shows together.
Okay, I'm in.
Have you heard about this?
No.
Yeah, it's the new one. It's literally every actor is playing multiple parts.
Oh, wow.
They're bringing back everybody.
I'm watching this.
I don't know how the hell he's doing it.
I don't either.
But I'm certainly in.
Well, good. I started watching his other show, Beauty. I just couldn't get through. I don't know. It was because of that 70s show guy I can't stand. The one that's married to Mila Kunis.
Oh, Ashton Kutcher.
Ugh, Ashton Kutcher's such a
Ashton
bad actor.
Kutcher.
Now, let's just go away, Ashton Kutcher.
I went to college with him.
Well, you should have steered him into a different career.
No, well, he only was there for a year, and then he won a modeling contract, and he can F himself.
He has a twin brother.
Yeah. His twin brother is a molecular biologist. He stayed in Iowa and actually got a degree. In fact, I think he got a PhD.
He's Kutcher. So Ashton is the evil twin.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Frances Sternhagen was cast as Deputy Virginia. Sternhagen started acting in 1948 at the age of 18.
I know I say this all the time, but this is the absolute truth. She is in my top 10 of character actors of all time.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
She's got such a way about her. Her playing Cliff's mother.
Oh, so she just has such an easy way about her.
Such a New England way about her.
It's just so... Everything she does, she makes better. She acted on stage until making her TV debut in 1955, appearing on Producer Showcase, an anthology show with hour-long episodes.
Oh, wow.
She continued to appear in a number of anthology shows until she made her film debut in Up the Down Staircase in 1967.
Ooh.
Sternhagen continued to appear in supporting roles in movies, most notably in Outland in 1981, starring Sean Connery.
Listen to our Outland show. Again, my favorite part of that movie was her relationship with Sean Connery.
Yeah, it is. She's not in this movie very much.
No, but she is such an interesting character.
Steals the
A
movie.
disgraced doctor who's like been
out in space.
Yeah, but she's been like cast away
Yeah.
to this deep space mining operation because she killed some people or something. I mean, it's just
it's fascinating.
Such a deep character, and their friendship and their relationship is the best part of that movie. Good movie, really underrated movie.
Great movie, really great movie.
We Outland. If you haven't listened to our show on Outland, we recommend that if you're going to do a rewatch of all the Alien movies, start with Outland.
Yeah, include Outland.
Because it is definitely part of that universe.
Yeah.
You know, all of
had the same art designer.
Yeah.
All the design is essentially Weyland-Yutani stuff.
Yeah, it looks
even though it
very
doesn't
similar.
say
Yeah.
Weyland-Yutani, it definitely is.
But it's a good way to get your
ease
way
into-
in.
yeah.
And it's a really,
It's a great movie.
really fun movie.
She was also in Raising Cain in 1992, starring John Lithgow.
Wasn't he playing twins?
He did.
It's a De Palma movie.
Yeah, oh yeah.
One of De Palma's.
It's such a good bad movie.
Well, that's most of De Palma's movies.
Yeah.
You know, De Palma's got like 3 great movies, and then a bunch of just weird movies, and then some snake eyes level crap.
Yeah, oh, bad. She was also in The Mist in 2007, the adaptation of King's novella by Frank Darabont.
So good in that. That movie is incredible. If you haven't seen that movie, get it. Watch it. Watch it in black and white.
Watch it, yeah.
It's got one of the best endings of any Stephen King movie ever. An ending so good that Stephen King himself wishes that he wrote that ending for the story.
Yeah.
I have this really cool 3D soundscape version of The Mist, like an audio CD.
Oh, yeah.
That recreates everything. It's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
You
I've
get
heard that,
baked
yeah.
to
It's
listen to
so
surround
good,
sound.
yeah.
Yeah,
So good.
it's like being in it.
She also continued to flourish on television, appearing in 42 episodes of The Doctors, starting in 1970, 7 episodes of Spencer in 85, 7 episodes of Cheers, playing Cliff's mom, and getting 2 Emmy nominations
Cliff
for it.
had?
I mean, that's a pretty good record. 7 episodes getting 2 Emmy noms.
Well, she was so memorable. And look, to outshine Cliff Clavin,
Yeah.
Frances Sternhagen's take on Cliff's mom completely explains Cliff.
Oh, yeah. It was the second you see her and starts talking, it's like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Now I know why Cliff's Cliff.
Cliff is just Cliff.
Yeah, Normie.
Oh, my. 10 episodes of Sex and the City, also earning an Emmy nomination.
Okay.
I don't know what she was on that because I never watched the show.
I don't remember.
21 episodes of ER.
Yeah, she was amazing on ER.
Yeah. I didn't know
was
she did
amazing.
21
I
episodes
didn't
of it.
remember her doing 21.
Yeah. Also, 16 episodes of The Closer with
Kira Sedgwick, right?
Kira Sedgwick,
Yeah.
yeah. Sternhagen narrated the audio novel for Dolores Claiborne when it was released in 1995.
She's perfect. She's got that Maine New England accent.
Yeah.
She does it so perfect. That accent's really deceptively tough.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the Boston accent, man. The Boston accent is impossible. But
Yeah, make it believable. Yeah.
and you know, the way that King writes, you know, we're here in New England. And it's like to make his words, she's the kind of actor that can take his weird cadence and words and make it natural.
Yeah. Her final role was in the Rob Reiner 2014 film And So It Goes, starring Michael Douglas and Diane Keaton.
I don't remember that.
I do not believe I've seen it. She then retired from acting at the age of 83.
No.
And she died of natural causes at her home in New Rochelle, New York on November 27th, 2023 at the age of 93.
Broke my heart. Great run.
Yeah.
Deserved a long
Great
and
run.
wonderful life, but broke my heart when she died. I loved her so much.
She was so good in this because she was playing opposite Richard Farnsworth as Sheriff Buster.
You want to talk about my second favorite character actor?
They
oh my God.
are so good in this.
I want to see a TV show just with them.
The only 2 people that could possibly upstage James Caan and Kathy Bates.
They stole the movie. They stole the movie.
Every time they cut away from the most interesting thing happening, it was like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with them
Yes.
sniping at each other and being an old couple. It was
There's that
so great.
spice.
Oh, that's when we're sitting here together. You're my deputy, not my wife.
There's spice. You got that spice coming.
Farnsworth was an Air Force pilot during World War II.
Of course he was.
Yeah. He acted in a ton of movies between 39 and 60, but went uncredited, mostly acting as a stuntman.
Oh, wow.
He would appear in a handful more movies over the years in uncredited parts. His first credited part was in 1966 in the western Texas Across the River, starring Dean Martin.
Hey, we're going to go across the river.
Yeah, if there's anybody I can imagine in a western, it's Dean Martin.
He did a lot of them.
I know. He mostly appeared in westerns in film and on TV. Farnsworth earned his first Best Supporting Actor nomination for Comes a Horseman in 1978, but lost to Christopher Walken for The Deer Hunter.
There is no shame in that,
No,
baby.
no.
Diddy Mow! Diddy Mow!
I have a love-hate thing with The Deer Hunter.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
It's the most depressing movie ever made.
Hell, it's also an hour and a half too long.
I don't believe.
The first hour and a half. I'm sorry, I don't need to see an hour-long marriage sequence.
I love it. I love it.
It was too much.
I love it.
It's too much.
It makes us love the characters. I love it.
Oh my god, save
it for the Deer Hunter
literally
show.
makes me want to kill myself like Christopher Walken in the movie.
Diddy Mow!
Yeah. In 1990, along with Misery, he also appeared in The Two Jakes with Jack Nicholson,
I don't remember him in that.
which was directed by Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
His last role was in The Straight Story in 1999, directed by David Lynch.
Such a good movie.
Yeah. He would be nominated for the Best Actor Oscar, but would lose to Kevin Spacey for American Beauty.
Now, is that the one where it's based on a true story about a guy that drove a tractor across?
He drove a tractor from the north part of Iowa to Minnesota
Yeah.
to be with his dying brother.
Right.
Based on a true story. I remember when it premiered because everybody in Iowa was all excited about it.
Take a bus. Take a bus, buddy.
Yeah, he couldn't. He just drove his tractor.
Couldn't take a bus. Was he banned from the bus lines?
I don't remember
Couldn't,
what.
couldn't ask a friend for some bus fare?
He couldn't be around children and
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just kidding.
The worst part about it is by the time he got there, the brother was dead because it just took like forever.
It really actually it was, and it was sad.
Did it really?
He didn't make it.
He didn't make it.
No, his brother was dead because
Oh.
it took him like a month.
Because he's on a goddamn tractor. I don't know why this is a story of resilience when he just could have gotten on a goddamn bus or a plane. Give the guy money for a plane ticket so he can see his dead brother.
I know. I agree.
My version of that movie would have been 8 minutes long.
Getting on the bus, getting off the bus. Hey, brother.
Hey, no. Don't take the stupid tractor. Here's some money for a plane ticket.
Honestly, I have not seen that movie since it came out in 1999, so I don't remember why.
I don't either, but I'm sure. Look, we need to cover it just because of Richard Farnsworth because he deserves to be remembered.
It was directed by David Lynch.
I know.
It is when it was announced that he was doing that, everyone was like, "What in the hell are you talking about?"
That's why David Lynch is the greatest director because he did that. He did Elephant Man.
Yeah.
Dune.
Yeah. Oh, Dune. Oh.
The best version of Dune.
Oh, yeah.
The only version
The
of
only
Dune.
version, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
Even then, I'm still not going to watch it. Doesn't matter.
You haven't seen the
No,
Lynch Dune?
I don't like Dune. I've never liked Dune.
Well, I don't like Dune either. But the Lynch version is so worth seeing just for Sting.
I have said this before. Every time this comes up, I started watching David Lynch's Dune.
Yeah.
And it got to the part with the dude with the ginormous eyebrows.
Right.
And I turned it off.
Okay.
I could not take it seriously.
You got eyebrowophobia.
But they were 4 feet long. It was... Okay.
That's how it was done in Caracas or Shiracas or whatever that movie is.
Listen to any of our last 280 episodes where I complain about David Lynch's Dune.
Duncan, Idaho.
Ugh, it just made me hate. And then I tried reading the book, and oh my god, it's a doorstop. It is so awful.
It is so bad. I've I've told this story a bunch of times, but man, I've had so many friends just be like, it's like salmon, you know? Oh, you gotta watch Dune. You gotta read Dune. You gotta read Dune. You love this stuff. You gotta read Dune. I'm like, I've tried like 6 times out of respect for people, and
the only thing worse than Dune the book
is Dune
are
the movie.
people that love Dune.
Duners.
Ugh.
Dumbass Duners.
Sorry. I apologize to all you Duners out there.
Hey,
but
look,
God, they're insufferable. Every single one. You gotta read it. You gotta read it. But you just don't understand it. Maybe it's not the right time for you.
Oh.
Yeah, the right time for me is after I'm dead.
My God, I have expressed my opinion of how I dislike the movies. They're not bad movies. They're made poorly.
Sure. I mean, I love the director, and that's the only reason I would watch him.
Yeah, he's a great director, but the movies suck. I mean, Timothée Chalamet, I don't understand how anybody thinks this kid is a good actor.
I don't know.
He's just so bad.
Anyway.
It's not about Timothée Chalamet.
It's about Richard Farnsworth. On the night of October...
A good actor.
Yes.
Great actor.
On the night of October 6, 2000, suffering from terminal cancer that left him partially paralyzed and in great pain, Farnsworth died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound at his ranch in Lincoln, New Mexico at the age of 80.
So sad, but I get it, man.
Yeah,
I get it.
It sucks, but I get it, man. I would rather be in control of when it happens.
I saw a friend of mine's mom. She was dying of cancer. She was in so much pain. She was suffering so much, and she just kept saying, I just want to die. I just want to die. I just want to die. And it was one of the most horrific things I've ever seen and experienced. And I get it, man. I mean, there's no quality of life.
Yeah.
You're just waiting to die in insufferable pain.
Yeah.
It's just cruel.
My grandmother in her late 70s had a lot of heart problems, had to go in the hospital for a long time. It was awful. And after she got better, and afterwards she was like, if it happens again, I'm just dying.
Yeah.
I'm not going back.
Yeah.
I can't do that again.
Yeah. One of my best friends, had cancer and battled and battled and battled, and it got to the point where she was just like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't. It's horrific.
Sucks. It just sucks. Lauren Bacall was cast as Marcia Sindel, the agent.
Oh, she was so good.
So good in this, yeah. Bacall was one of Hollywood's last great golden era movie stars.
I loved her so much. She was just so tough and brash in that voice of hers. And the fact that she was with Bogey, everything about her was just super cool.
Yeah.
And nobody was a better femme fatale, smoking actress than her. She just gorgeous. And that drippy whiskey voice. And everything about her was amazing.
She started her career as a teenage fashion model, and when she appeared on the cover of Harper's Bazaar, Howard Hawks' wife, Nancy, told him he needed to cast her in something.
You need to cast her in something.
I just love that she looks at it, she's like, Howard, get her now.
That's what she talked like.
She talk like this.
That film was To Have and Have Not with Humphrey Bogart in 1944 at the age of 24.
Okay. I'm glad it was 24 and not 16.
She would marry Bogart the next year, he being 21 years older than her, and they appeared in a number of films together, including The Big Sleep in 46, Dark Passage in 47, and Key Largo in 1948.
All great movies.
Amazing movies. Absolutely amazing movies.
And they were amazing together. And it was a different time back then.
Yeah.
It was a time of men ruling. No, it was. But I get it. I mean, I think their love was a deep, true love, even with the age difference.
Yes, I agree. Bacall had a long career, constantly shifting with the times, appearing in 70 projects. She would be nominated for Best Supporting Actress in 1997 for The Mirror Has Two Faces, but would lose to Juliette Binoche for The English Patient.
Yeah, she was great in The Mirror Has Two Faces.
Yeah. She did also receive an honorary Academy Award in 2010.
Ugh, those just I would never accept that if I was an actor. It's a.
I refuse.
You've lived long enough that we need to give you something. You didn't earn it in your lifetime career, but now that you're too old to do it anymore, we're going to give you a little extra something.
Yeah. Bacall was also nominated for 3 Emmy Awards, including for The Rockford Files in 1980, but would lose all of them.
Oh, she was so good on The Rockford Files.
She did win 2 Tony Awards in 1970 for the musical Applause and in 1981 for the musical Woman of the Year.
Nice.
Her final on-screen film role was in the 2011 film The Forger, starring Josh Hutcherson, Hayden Panettiere, Alfred Molina, and Dina Eastwood.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Her final acting part was voiceover for Family Guy in 2014.
Good for her.
On August 12th, 2014, Bacall died after suffering a stroke at her apartment in the Dakota, the Upper West Side building near Central Park in Manhattan. She was pronounced dead at New York Presbyterian Hospital at the age of 89.
And of an era, one of the last legends.
She was crazy in love with Humphrey Bogart, and when he died in 1957 or 54, somewhere around that. They hadn't been married terribly long.
No.
She got remarried for a while and then got divorced that lasted 2 years.
Yeah.
Interviews after that, she was always say, well, I had one good marriage.
Yeah.
And it was but obviously, I mean, he was much older than her, and, it wasn't going to, obviously not going to last as long, but...
He died before it could be a problem.
Yeah. Well...
Didn't have to take care of him in his old age.
Yeah. But it's just, I always forget that he died at 55 or 56 or whatever.
Yeah. He was young. I mean, the guy smoked 1,000 cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
Ate steaks a day.
Yeah, he
drank
did
a gallon
not
of
take
whiskey.
very good care of himself. Graham Jarvis was cast as Libby. The character of Libby was created for the movie and does not appear in the novel. Libby was the guy working at the, The Lodge. The guy that worked at the Lodge, where he was writing the book.
Right.
He's the character actor with
Yes.
the bald with the glasses.
Yeah, the guy that was in a ton of stuff.
Yeah, Jarvis, a character actor, is most well known for the television soap opera parody Mary Hartman, playing Charlie Baby Boy Haggers, the much older husband of wannabe country music star Loretta Haggers, played by Mary Kay Place.
That show, we have to cover that show.
I need to watch this show. Like, everything we've talked about with it, I'm like, how have I not seen the show yet?
It was so funny and so weird and so groundbreaking.
I have to find it. I have to figure out where it's at and watch it.
Mary Hartman.
Every single, like, description of the show I've seen is like, okay, this makes me want to see it more.
Right. Didn't we just, wasn't it mentioned
the little boy who was playing the
brother.
pastor Jesus or whatever. Like, he was in Mary Hartman. He eventually died they got electrocuted to death in the bathtub.
He was a preacher, evangelical preacher.
Yeah, preacher, little kid preacher, yeah.
The kid who played the brother in Freaky Fridays, who we're talking about.
Yeah. Jarvis made a good career on TV, appearing in
Murder, She Wrote, Naked City, Route 66, NYPD, All in the Family, MASH, The Bob Newhart Show, The Odd Couple, Mork and Mindy, Starsky and Hutch, Heart to Heart, Cagney and Lacey, Mama's Family, Fame, Married, with Children, Star Trek, The Next Generation, Get a Life, The X-Files, ER, Home Improvement, and 6 Feet Under.
His last major role was in Seventh Heaven, of all good goddamn things, appearing in 16 episodes up until his death on April 16th, 2003 from multiple myeloma.
Oh, I distinctly remember him in Mork and Mindy.
Oh, yeah?
It's crazy.
He's one of those people, you see him and you're like, okay, that guy.
He played a lot of, like, nervous shopkeepers or...
Yeah, just kind of nerdy, like, guys. Like, he was always a utilitarian actor, but, like...
Played a lot of accountants.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing.
Yeah. Sad. He died on my 25th birthday.
Oh, no. That was your birthday wish, strangely enough. And it came true.
It was because he was on Seventh Heaven.
You were so pissed. You're like, oh, God, I wish he was dead. And then, boom.
Well, I was wishing that it was the dad that died.
Oh.
And the wish just got kind of sidetracked.
You said the wrong name.
I did. I was confused.
Yeah, I get it.
I couldn't remember his name, so I said Graham Jarvis, and I was like, oh, wait, no, that's not him.
Hey, look, man. Sometimes
awful,
there's
awful.
Collateral damage to birthday wishes, baby.
J.T. Walsh makes an uncredited cameo appearance as the State Patrol Colonel Sherman Douglas.
Oh, God. Again, this movie is filled with the greatest character actors of the 80s.
I mean, he literally has like 4 lines, maybe, but it's just like, hey, there's J.T. Walsh. It's just
so memorable.
And as we said earlier, director Rob Reiner makes an uncredited appearance as a helicopter pilot.
The worst acting in the entire movie.
It's just him looking around. It doesn't even look like him.
It doesn't even look like he's flying the helicopter, too, by the way.
No.
At least do a little research, a-hole.
The reason he put himself in was because Reiner studied a lot of Hitchcock, and Hitchcock was very famously put himself in the movies.
So many directors do that as an homage to Hitchcock, and it's like, F you. The worst of the worst is in Staying Alive, the sequel to Saturday Night Fever, because it was directed by Sylvester Stallone. Yeah. And there's this scene where Travolta's walking down the street, and he bumps into this guy in this huge fur coat and big-ass Elvis sunglasses, and the guy turns around and looks at him and says, ooh, Sylvester Stallone. He just gives him a dirty look and then keeps on walking. Great. It's like, F you. The costume that he's wearing makes it the worst. Because it's like, oh, I wanted to do a cameo that's, very incognito, but it's like you're wearing a clown suit.
Well, and that's the same thing with this. Literally, he's flying around the sheriff, and it's so blatantly obvious.
Yes, that he's not a helicopter pilot. It's so it ruins the movie.
Principal photography began on February in 1990. Exterior scenes were set in the town of Silver Creek were shot in Genoa, Nevada, while interiors were filmed at Hollywood Center Studios in Los Angeles. This was the first feature produced by Rob Reiner's company, Castle Rock Entertainment, named for the small town appearing in his previous film Stand By Me in 1986, and in several other stories by Stephen King.
It's weird that King was cool with him doing that, but I guess it's a cool
What was he going to say? No. I don't think so, Rob.
You don't have the rights to those words, asshole.
The novel this film is based on, however, has more connections to a neighboring town in his fictional universe, Derry.
Ooh.
As a child, Paul Sheldon was friends with Eddie Kasparic. Yeah, I don't think I wrote that down right. Who moved to Boston after the events in It.
Ooh.
Misery takes place in the fictional town of Sidewinder, Colorado, near the Overlook Hotel, the setting of The Shining.
Ooh, listen to our Shining episode from last week.
The character of Dick Halloran also served in the army with the father of Mike Hanlon, another character from It, as depicted in It, Welcome to Derry.
Nice.
Yeah. A lot of connections to Stephen King stuff in the book or in the movie.
Stephen King slowly merged all of his books into one story.
Yeah. Yeah. It's obvious they're all from his brain.
Sure, but
So
I
it just
love
kinda
that
happens.
he just created his own universe, and finally with the Dark Tower,
The Dark Tower.
finally with the Dark Tower, he's like, F it, it's all in the same world.
Yeah, why not?
And I'm a character in it.
Most of it is, not all of it. Look up some of the diagrams.
Yeah.
They are very intricate.
Oh my God. It's like one of those red yarn conspiracy
Yeah,
theory
seriously.
memes of how much
if you get just the connections,
Yeah.
like even just going between the connections, it is insane.
Yeah.
And I do think kind of like in Tarantino's universe, I do think there's things inside the King universe that are considered entertainment.
Sure.
And then like out, like things that didn't really happen, but they talked about happening.
Right.
Or, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But man, it is insane how connected everything is.
As a super fan who's read everything, it's one of the things I love. I love when artists create their own universe. Like you said, Tarantino.
Yeah.
I love that everything takes place in there. They all smoke apple cigarettes. Red apple cigarettes. There's nothing that I enjoy more than an artist who creates his own world that I could step into and just enjoy and know that everything that I'm watching or reading somehow fits together in this greater expanded universe.
Right.
And King, more than anyone, I think, has created this insane universe with so many connections. And that's why it's the crazy red string conspiracy theory thing.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. As I said, Rob Reiner studied Alfred Hitchcock movies to figure out how to shoot a thriller, watching every single Hitchcock film.
Did a good job.
Reiner had Hitchcock on the brain so much that James Caan overheard Reiner chastising himself one day on set, asking himself,
"Who do you think you are, Alfred Hitchcock?"
Misery grossed just over $10 million in its opening weekend, finishing second at the box office behind Home Alone.
Hey, you talking to yourself?
It eventually finished with $61 million against a $20 million budget. Critics were generally very kind to the film. Roger Ebert gave the film a rating of 3 stars out of 4, stating that
It's a good story, a natural, and it grabs us.
Variety called it
a very obvious and very commercial gothic thriller, a functional adaptation of the Stephen King bestseller. Well, that's a very milquetoast kind of a jerky way of saying it.
King calls this adaptation one of his favorites of his own work.
I can see why. It's one of my favorites of his work. Yeah. That's why we're covering it this month.
That is correct. Kathy Bates won the only Oscar the film was nominated for. In fact, Bates winning for Misery is the only Oscar win for any King adaptation, despite garnering 20 nominations through the years.
That's insane.
Yeah, we'll be talking about Shawshank Redemption next week, which was nominated for 7 Oscars and 1 none.
Jesus. He has no respect. That's what drives me nuts, is people don't respect Stephen King.
Yeah.
Because they don't read him. And if you don't know him as an artist, if you're not experiencing his work and you just discount him as some trashy bullshit supermarket horror writer, paperback selling schlob, then you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You haven't read his work. You don't know that the truth is he's one of the greatest American storytellers in the entire history of writing in this country.
Agreed. William Goldman adapted his script for the stage for a limited run on Broadway during the 2015-2016 season.
Ooh.
The play starred Bruce Willis as Paul Sheldon and Laurie Metcalf as Annie Wilkes.
I would have died to see that production.
Laurie Metcalf is one of my favorite actors of all time.
Oh my God. If anybody could have done this role other than Kathy Bates.
She is so good.
Her turn as Ed Gein's mom in that Ed Gein miniseries is the one thing about that show that is makes it worth watching.
We've been watching Hacks, and she's in like 3 or 4 episodes of the second season of Hacks.
Oh, nice.
And it is so funny because she commits so fully to a character.
She's so down to earth and such a normal person. I've seen interviews with her, and she just seems like you're just talking to an...
Yeah. The thing that made me fall in love with her acting, huge talent crush, was an episode of Roseanne.
Yeah.
And I've talked about this before, where it's her with her husband, and they had gotten in a big fight, and they were eating, and it's so weird because they're just holding on them eating, and then they're slowly eating, and she just kind of stops and says to him, "It's over, isn't it?" And he's just like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And is quiet for like 30 seconds, and then it goes to black, and it was the most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, it was so little acting, but it was so good.
She's a master.
So good.
She reminds me a little bit of Kathy Bates in terms of just that kind of living the acting life without being obnoxious about it.
Yeah.
Like people with such talent that they can't help it. That's how I kind of see them as.
Yeah.
Rather than like a John Barenthal, who to me just seems like the one guy that I always hated in every acting class.
So funny because the more I see of John Bernthal, the more I like him.
I know I'm probably wrong on this.
It makes me so mad because I don't want to.
Yeah.
But I keep seeing more things, and I'm like, God damn it! Stop being charming.
Yeah.
Like stop.
I know I've got a prejudice against him for whatever reason.
I do too, but like the more that I'm seeing him do stuff, and the more I'm kind of like, okay, like I think he would just.
I'd like to get over it. I don't like not liking.
I think
people.
I'm working my way towards getting over it.
Well, maybe you can help me. Maybe we can do a John Barenthal appreciation support group.
I don't know. I don't know.
You Punisher.
This did mark Bruce Willis's debut on Broadway.
Nice.
Which I would have loved to have seen that. Just
He would have
two
been
of them-
great, too.
Two of them together would have been great.
Yeah.
16 years before, in 1999, Ramon Langa, famous for being the official dubber of Willis in Spain, starred in a theater adaptation alongside Beatriz Carvajal.
Ooh.
Now, the funny thing is that this had been adapted into a play in like 1992.
Oh, wow.
Like it was early on. And then apparently I wrote that down. It was also adapted in 1992 from Simon Moore, who wrote the original British TV series Traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Traffic.
Great show.
But then later, in the last like 10 years, it's been adapted a number of times by like, apparently the Swedes are really big into it. And it's been adapted a number of times there.
On stage.
On stage,
Sure.
yeah. Wilkes was also portrayed pre-Misery in the TV show Castle Rock by Lizzie Kaplan.
Lizzie Kaplan did an amazing job.
I can see her being this. Yeah.
Because Lizzie Kaplan got the assignment because she didn't do a impersonation of Kathy Bates. She took the base of Kathy Bates' performance and then made it her own. But Lizzie Kaplan is a great actor.
Oh, she's so good.
And very underrated in my opinion. And that show was very underrated in my opinion as well. I should have gone more seasons.
Yeah, I only watched the first season. I didn't see the one that Lizzie Kaplan was in.
She was cool. It was just really fun to see. It was really funny because I want to say, oh, it was really good, really fun to see a young Annie Wilkes, but Lizzie Kaplan is about the same age as Kathy Bates.
She's probably about 40.
Yeah.
42, yeah.
She just looks a little younger. But yeah, man, what an amazing character. Stephen King, there's gifts that he gives to certain women, with these parts. Yeah. Men too, and kids too. But there's, between this and The Shining and Carrie and Dolores Claiborne, they're not caricatures.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, they're people. They're fleshed out people.
They're people that you care about. Carrie, you care about Carrie.
Yeah.
You feel badly for Carrie. You feel bad because of her mom. You feel bad because of the kids. Carrie is such a sympathetic character.
Yeah.
Dolores Claiborne, too. I mean, the relationship with the mother and the daughter is so strange, but then she needs her. It's just a strong story about two women dealing with tragedy, and you don't get to see that very often. It's the Bechdel test, right?
Yeah.
Two women that are talking about something other than the man.
Yeah.
He passes that test in every single book and everything he writes.
Oh, yeah.
Because nobody loves their characters more than Stephen King, and it must be heartbreaking for him to get to the point where he has to kill them. And he's talked about it. He's talked about how he hates killing his characters. And sometimes he doesn't because he just can't.
Him and Joe Hill just had an interview with the Last Podcast guys.
Oh, wow.
For Father's Day. And they asked him that.
I have to hear that.
Were you ever sad about the fact that, because of how he writes, he's not really, to him, he's not writing, he's excavating.
Yes.
Like he's discovering the story of these people.
We make the allegory of sculptor taking the piece of marble, the statues there, you just have to chip away the pieces that aren't the statue.
And he said that there was characters that he has found that he was like, this is an amazing character. And then it gets to a certain point and he's like, the character has to die.
Yes.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
And what do you do? But it's the story. It serves the story.
Well, that, in this situation, is the sheriff.
Yeah.
In Misery.
Yeah.
When he died, it was so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh my God! That made me so sad. And the fact that they had that whole scene with her standing over him on the stairs, like, well, I guess I'm going to kill you and then kill myself now. And it's like, he's still there.
Yes.
Like, take his dead body away first.
And the whole bit where she keeps popping out when he pops out.
It's so disturbing. Then he hustles up the stairs.
But that's what's so funny is it gets very comic, and then boom, is blown in half by a shotgun. And luckily, we don't have to see Frances Sternhagen's reaction because that would have been. I mean, she would have just had to lose it.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been really different. We didn't need to see that because it's not part of the story. But
No.
But even in the book, because he's such a coolly written character,
Yeah.
all of the stuff between the two of them is in the book. It's but they just coincidentally picked the greatest actors to play those parts that made them even more likable than they are in the book. But in the book, it is so heartbreaking when he dies.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of Stephen King is he creates these characters that are so fleshed out and real that when you're reading, you are on this journey with them. And when they, like, the Dark Tower, man, you get to the end of 8, 9 books of this saga, these people that you have been traveling with for years, decades, man. I went from a child to an adult reading this saga. And when you get to the point where certain characters die, you have to put the book down.
Yeah.
It's almost like losing a friend because he is so good at creating character. Much more so than just about anybody, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his strength.
I would agree.
And this movie has such great characters. The book has such great characters that something that could just be boring or whatever, a guy in bed, turns into one of the greatest thrillers of the 90s.
I think during our Stepdad show, we'll talk about King villains, I think, because there's a few other villains that I'd like to talk about. Because Annie Wilkes is definitely in the top 3, if not probably the top 1.
Well, just because she's there's
but
no...
I need to go through a list of the other villain, because there's so many books.
Yeah.
But the one that always pops in my head is Big Jim Rennie from Under the Dome.
Yeah.
Like, very good, very well-written, like, bad guy. But it's something we'll talk about in the Stepdad show.
Crimson King. He's bad.
And also, something else we'll talk about in the Stepdad show is how the ongoing theme of this month, beyond being good Stephen King stuff, is how it's Stephen King dealing with his substance abuse issues.
Yes, strangely enough. I mean, we didn't talk about this, but...
No, but this whole book essentially was, and he didn't talk about it for like 20 years, but the whole book was essentially Annie Wilkes is his substance abuse.
Yeah.
And how it trapped him. And he's Paul Sheldon. He's the writer.
Yeah.
And the only way he got out of it was to write.
Yeah.
He just had to keep writing and discover his joy of writing again. The Tommyknockers is the complete opposite end of that.
Yeah.
Where he was not a fan of Tommyknockers. He
No.
didn't like how it came out.
No.
He didn't like the process. He was like, I just had to get it out.
It was his most coked up book.
Yeah. And this book is the antidote to that. Because it was like, finally, I'm putting it on paper.
Yep.
And and it's like, I need to exercise these demons and get it out. And it became one of the greatest stories ever.
The man is so lucky in the fact that he can write his way out of things.
Yeah.
And he's done it with all of his tragedy. I mean, he didn't think he would ever, after being hit by that van, he never thought he'd be able to write again. Because he had
that was
brain injuries.
I was very happy he was alive, but it was the saddest news when he was like, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, you're alive.
Yeah.
You keep writing.
Yeah. And it took him a couple of years to get to the point where he could do it.
He couldn't not write.
Yeah.
He got to the and then the announcement that he was like, well, I'm going to keep writing. I'm just not going to publish anything anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
Yeah.
Because even then he couldn't. He was like, well, the story's too good. Like, I need to, But anyway, he's done that a couple times over his career where he's like, I think I'm good with the public now. And
well, he's written 80 books
at
least,
yeah.
you know, and when he dies, man, it's going to be the saddest day ever.
Horrible.
I look forward. I love reading. I don't read as much as I used to, but at this point, writer's book that I look forward to every year is Stephen King.
Yeah.
I've already pre-ordered the newest, the one that he did with Peter Straub that's coming out in October. I just pre-ordered it yesterday.
Other worlds than these.
Yeah, which, I have to, I was rereading The Talisman. I'm almost done. So I'm going to try to read Black House before the third one, reread it.
Yeah.
To prepare myself for the third.
I need to read both. I haven't read either of them in a long time.
Talisman is such a great book. I forgot how absolutely engrossing and intriguing it is. There's very few things that I have that I've had since I was a child.
Yeah.
And that I hold on to today with such fervor.
Right.
And that is my love of Stephen King.
Yeah.
And Stephen King and Harrison Ford are probably the two things from my childhood that I'm still obsessive over today.
Yeah.
Anything Harrison Ford does, I will watch. Anything Stephen King does, I will read. These two guys are infallible to me.
All right. We'll be back next week with our last amazing Prime King, The Shawshank Redemption, which is going to be an incredible... It's probably the one movie of this month that I've seen more than any of the others.
I would like to say that Andy Dufresne got away from those men.
It has one of the most interesting production stories I've ever seen or ever heard. Frank Darabont's fascinating, and it'll be super fun to talk about.
I'm super psyched. I haven't seen this movie for a while. I mentioned on another show that there's certain movies that I watch to death.
Yeah.
Like we always had this on in the background.
Yeah. It was if it came on when we had cable,
yeah,
I would watch it.
And it was on every day on cable.
It was.
Every day. On something.
Goddamn TNT aired it to death. To death.
They did, but I'm so excited to watch it. I can't wait.
All right, we'll see you next week.
He didn't get out of the cock-a-doodie car!
6 Feet Under. 6 Feet Under is 6 Feet Under is such a great show. Francis
Sternhagen.
Jesus Christ. Murder, She Wrote. Naked City, Route 66, NYPD. All the
family.
All the families. Hi. Francis Steenhagen's
Sternhagen.
God damn it.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. Moonlighting. Already in progress.